Hello everybody and welcome to Wednesday, June 25th. Today is a vlog filled all about video game information. Quickly I'll start out with last night. Last night I recorded an episode of Pokemon Heart Gold, first time recording Heart Gold in about a week and a few days, so I think maybe 10 days it's been. But it felt good to get back. It took a little bit. I kept stuttering my words trying to start out the episode. It took like maybe 5 takes and then I got into it. But I think it went well, the first recording. Obviously we're doing the Elite Four now, so that's pretty good. Don't think I'll get a recording in tonight, but that's fine because the episode I recorded yesterday is going up Friday, so I have a little bit of leeway. Anyway, so on to today. A few video game things I wanted to talk about. Actually, one thing was also from yesterday, and I'm going to pull up the article. I will get to that actually later. I'm going to mention 3 video game related things for today's vlog. Apparently, in Hyrule Warriors, Princess Zelda is actually Queen Zelda. And obviously she has her controlling of the army and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. The game's not canon with the rest of the Zelda timeline, so the producers can do what they want with the game, essentially. So in this game, Zelda is a queen, although some people were commenting in the article on My Nintendo News, and a later piece I'm going to talk about is also from there. Well, the later ones are there, but anyway. But apparently some people were saying to My Nintendo News that in the Japanese version of The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, it's mentioned that Zelda becomes the queen, or is the queen, along the story. So I guess I don't know why they don't do it in America, maybe just to, preserve the younger audience thing. I don't know. There could be a really weird reason other than that, but I thought I'd just mention that. So Queen Zelda, not Princess Zelda in Hyrule Warriors, at least that makes up for Navi being in the game. I hope it isn't Navi, like be Tattle or something, not Navi. Get Navi away. Well, I prefer no companion telling us what to do at all, but still, if it's gonna be somebody, be Tattle. But it looks like Navi, and I'm kind of sad. Anyway, about an hour ago, actually, this came out, and the page is frozen and blank. Thanks, Google Chrome. I'm gonna try reloading it. Hopefully it works. Well, the one web page wouldn't load, so I'm just going to the My Nintendo News article that mentions it, which I should have had up in the first place, because I visit that more frequently than this site. But apparently, the online video game retailer Shop2 in the United Kingdom has already started taking pre-orders for the Amiibos that we are going to be seeing for Super Smash Bros. And apparently, the price in terms of British pound sterling is $12.85. Now, I pulled up the converter, and in US dollars, that would be $21.82. So, I'm gonna guess that Nintendo's gonna make them $19.99 in America for us to get. So, I think that's a fair price. I think that's fair that we would get them for 20. Yeah, I think that's fair, but I don't think I mentioned this in the E3 vlogs, but I think Nintendo also mentioned that Amiibo was going to be for certain 3DS titles that will be developed in the future, especially Smash Brothers. But they're going to release like an attachment thing for the 3DS to do the Amiibo stuff. That's going to be coming soon. So I'm looking forward to see how the 3DS handles Amiibos. Obviously, we know how the Wii U's going to do it. It already had its little reading chip thing built into the gamepad and stuff, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle the 3DS Amiibo stuff. But yes, in British pound sterling, $12.85 for Amiibos. Shop2 is taking pre-orders, so if you're in the UK, go pre-order them right now, I guess. And I think about $20 for the US is a fair price, although in terms of conversion it would be like $1, or well, about $2 less than what it would be from the British pound sterling to American prices. But nonetheless, the final article I wanted to mention, and this is actually a pretty big one. There was an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto, the developer behind many fantastic franchises. An interview came out with Kotaku. And I'm gonna actually read this, hang on. Gotta move in closer to the camera and the microphone. I discussed all things Nintendo, one of the subjects that cropped up in the interview is Nintendo making games that run on both a console and a handheld, so it would unify both. I think I talked about this a few times. You remember the rumor about the Fusion, the next console/handheld? I think I talked about this at least once. The next Nintendo hardware would be a combination. Basically, it would be a home console, but you could also take it on the go, and it basically be considered a handheld as well. Well, apparently, I'm going to read off the quotes that Miyamoto said. He said he's interested in it, but I'm going to read the full quote here from the My Nintendo News article, and I'll put links down to those in the description. Alright, but the question about the unifying console and handheld, quote, "As we move forward, we're going to look at what we can do to unify our console and portable development environments. But if you have a more unified development," I guess he talked about something else and then they moved on to a different part of it, his answer. "But if you have a more unified development environment and you're able to make a game that runs on both systems instead of having to make a game for each, that's an area of opportunity for us." So Miyamoto's interested in it, so you gotta assume Nintendo would also be interested in it at one point. I think that would be awesome to have a console/handheld, or maybe even just big console and then a smaller version as a handheld, but have games that run on both on a disc or a cartridge, whatever they want to do. But I think that would be really, really cool if they were to do that in the future. That is something I've been wanting to share since that came out yesterday. Well, it came out late last night after I recorded Heart Gold, but, nonetheless, I wanted to share it for this vlog because I already did the other vlog talking about Capcom. So, there you go. And that's actually going to do it for this vlog. Leave your thoughts down below on everything I mentioned. Even Heart Gold recording if you want. I don't know why I'm still pointing downward to leave your thoughts down there anyway. All the links in the description for the articles I mentioned. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.